First of all, I would say that you're absolutely right that we were allies during the Second World War against the Japanese aggression. And we will never forget this friendship between China and the United States. And after the war, the United Nations was established. China and United States and other countries have been working within the framework of the international system, and China itself has been contributing to the building of the international system. So China is both a contributor and a builder of the system. We believe that the United Nations, being the most authoritative and representative intergovernmental organization, should play an even bigger role in maintaining world peace and promote development. And that's actually the expectation of people all around the world. And this year happens to be the 70th anniversary of the founding of the UN. And I would like to tell you that the president himself will go to a series of UN summits after his visit to the United States. And his presence there is a concrete example to show our commitment and support for the UN system. And the president will, of course, address the general debate of the United Nations, and he will expound on China's views on the political landscape in the world and the order in the world. And he will also attend the post-2015 Sustainable Development Summit. China and other countries contributed to the drafting of the document. So, by the way, I would like to say and tell you that he and other leaders will witness the adoption of the post-2015 development agenda. And China has taken some initiatives on its own. The President and Mr. Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the UN Secretariat, will co-host a summit on women's empowerment and a roundtable discussion for South-South cooperation. And the President, of course, will make some very important speeches on both occasions to show our further cooperation with the rest of the world on these two major issues, and will also propose some very important actions in the future on our own as well, in conjunction with the other participants. So this will be a very important visit, and this will be the first appearance of President Xi Jinping at the UN headquarters as the President of the People's Republic of China. First of all, please allow me to say a few words about the international economic landscape and the Chinese economy. I believe that the reality is there is a lack of demand in the world, and the performance of the major economies and their policies varies from country to country. So the recovery of the economy after the outbreak of the financial crisis 7 years ago has not been as robust as people had expected. Nevertheless, China has been doing its best. Let me say that we will continue with the structural reform of our economy so as to promote economic activities in China, to lift people's living standards and to continue with urbanization. And we also encourage innovation and entrepreneurship in China. So like any country, China has its own share of challenges and problems on the economic front. But I must say that the fundamentals of the Chinese economy are just fine. And any objective observer in the world will notice that, and many people have expressed their confidence in the Chinese economy. Of course, this economy has many facets, and one of them is foreign trade. And investment from overseas, I must say that China-US economic relationship has been a bedrock of the progress that we have made. I still believe that the business community in the United States is very much interested in the Chinese economy, and they see a growing and expanding Chinese economy. And there will be more and more opportunities for them, not only along the eastern shore, but also in the hinterland of China as well. Of course, on our part, we will do our best to improve the investment and trading environment here in China, to further our efforts to improve IPR protection and so on and so forth. But I do believe that there is a good chance for people to make more progress in their business ties with China. Why? Because this is an innovative society. So apart from traditional trade, we are talking a lot about trade not only in goods but in services as well. And there is now more Chinese investment, at least last year, to the United States than the other way around. So jobs are created in the United States as well. So this kind of a good interaction between the two business communities of the two countries will serve the best interests of our two peoples. And on the macro side, the two being the two largest economies in the world, they should have more coordination and consultation with each other.